Hello, everybody. You guys, happy Thursday. I am so excited to be here with you today, guys. I think I have Destiny, my cat, that is gonna join us. She's walking around on my desk. But anyway, other than that, you guys, happy Thursday. Super excited to have you here. As you jump on, just say hello, hi, just click me some love, give me some love, give me some, some comment, maybe comment below where you're joining from, and stuff like that. But I really want to say it is so excited to be here. Today we start this new thing, which is the interview series, and we have a special guest on week one, you guys. We are starting on fire. A quick background before we bring her on. She's ready. She's already requesting to join. I'm gonna accept you right away, honey. But a little background, you guys. We're really gonna talk about network marketing, our company within the network marketing, and we're gonna be sharing in this series stories of people that they've built their business with network marketing with our company. What happened for them, how this changed their life. We're gonna call it Transformation Thursday because it's really how with this company they completely transformed their life from using the products to actually using this business opportunity to transform their life. Now today we have someone, I don't want to steal her light, but just to give a background, today we have someone that is part of the top 1% within our company. Now just to put it into perspective for you, you guys, this company is a $9 billion company, and the company gives back 73% of its earning to the redistributor to the distributor. So being part of the top 1% is a great achievement, and it's really life transforming. So we're gonna bring her on, you guys. Let me accept the request. Oh, I love you guys. You're giving me so much love. Give us love. Um, Let me see if I've done it right. Yes, I've done it right. Hello, Bea.
I was just checking. I was like, can I see you? So I'm like,
I think my connection is not.
internet,
Do you see me right?
I can
Maybe
see
I need
you,
to
yeah.
move. It's all right, you guys. This is what I love about what we do. We do it from home. So office goodbye. We're just going in the living room. I absolutely love what we do, you guys. So much freedom.
That is
All
really
right, my
cool.
connection here is better.
You can do business in any bedroom.
Exactly. I love it, man. So exciting to have you here. I'm really excited for me to hear more, but also for people that are joining us to hear more. So I just give the ball to you, and just if you want to share a little bit, like how you actually came across this, like what happened, and yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll just, I guess, introduce myself, and then, you just ask me the questions and I can roll from that. So, yeah, so I've been with our company and in our community with our business. The business I've been in for, let's say, probably 12 and a half years. With the company I've been with for 13. Yeah. So my background is actually as a psychotherapist. I've got my degree is in therapy and counseling, and so I kind of have come from like really an interesting multidisciplinary background. Yeah, so I was a chef. My very first profession was a chef. Then I was in psychology, and and then now I'm doing this, right? And I worked in multiple other things. So, so what really happened for me was that I was working in a prison, and I had struggled for many years with my health, with my weight, I guess with my energy, and I had done everything. I mean, I don't want to name all the diets, but I mean, I'd literally done them all, right? And all these, you know, the fad things. I mean, I remember the liver cleansing diet and the juicing diet and I'm going to say, and the Atkins diet, which is now called keto. I mean, I've done it, you know, yeah, I've done it all. I've done it all. And the Jenny Craig, which is no longer around, right? Or wait, you know, that's gone, that disappeared. So I did all of that stuff. So, and I did lose weight on some of those things, but I could never keep it off. There was never sustainability for me. And I always was fatigued. I had bad skin. I had bad gut. I had all sorts of issues going on, right? So, yeah, so I was working in the prison. I was really enjoying my job, but I was always broke, you know, because this job like just over broke, right? But I had inside me, I've always had this kind of, I don't know, like it's a drive, but it's kind of like a sense or a feeling that like I'm meant to do something powerful. Like I'm meant to be somewhere else. I'm meant to do something more. I'm meant to create something impactful, you know? And so I guess that's what got me into therapy partially. It was also my things that happened in my life. But so I was thinking, well, that's the direction, right? I'm going to be helping people change their lives and mine too, you know. And then I was really struggling. There came a time and I was getting dressed. This is how I found the products. I was getting dressed for some event or something, and I went to put on a skirt. And I mean, here's a 30-something-year-old woman, you know, I was like 30, must have been 32, just before my 32nd birthday. And I put it on and I was like, oh my God, I felt out of control of my body. Like I wasn't eating bad. I mean, I was exercising. I was doing what we should do, you know? And I just broke down. Like I was just in tears and I was angry and I was just really, really frustrated with where my life had been because I'd worked really hard, you know, and I'd been getting this little flyer, this like little yellow flyer in my letterbox. And the first time I got it, it was like for a challenge, and the second one was for some business thing. And I was like, oh my God, you know, just throw it away, whatever. And the third one came in for this weight loss challenge again. And I picked it up and I was like, it's $50. I don't even have $50, you know, like. And here I was managing a whole drug treatment unit in a prison. I didn't have $50 to do this with. And I was like, I'm going to find $50 and I'm going to do it. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You know, I'll go along and I won't like it and I'll just leave, you know. And I went along and I saw these results that were happening. And I was like, you know, if these people could do it, like, surely I can do it. And I started got some of this tea. The lady said, oh, here, try this tea. It's herbal beverage. Yeah, right. And I was like, okay. And I had a very severe fatigue syndrome and adrenal issue. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't work, you know, whatever. But, you know, and then like I kept going along everywhere. And then so every week I was just having more and more tea. And one night I was like, I'm really, really tired. And she said, yeah, take 4. I had four teas. And that night I was sitting at home, I was like, yeah, this stuff works. And I was like, I'm loving it, right? So I was starting to get the energy was coming. And I got started on a program. I lost 2.5 kilos in my first week. And I stuck on the program. Yeah, I stuck on the program. There's probably really like a lot of water retention and, you know, all this gunk. And I got my boyfriend at the time on the program too, because he's like, oh, I'll support you. I said, well, not from the couch eating freaking potato chips, you won't, you know? And so he came along. So we together, I mean, I lost 18 kilos in 24 weeks and he at the time lost 24 kilos in 24 weeks. So we straight away, I knew the products worked. My adrenal fatigue started to really improve. I no longer had, you know, irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. So I was in love with the products. I love them. And people just started asking me what I was doing. And that was the beginning of everything. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I really love the fact of how you really come from a place. I can relate to it because I'm in my 30s, right? Late 30s now. And I can really relate to it, how we always think before 30, we're like, oh no, nothing changes. But then when we are in those age, like in those years, we realize that things change. And we're like, wait, it's true, things change. Like if I keep doing what I should be doing, I just keep falling off the wagon here.
Yeah.
Like I really need that something. And yeah, that is awesome. All right. So that's how you pretty much found the products. Out of desperation, you needed a result.
Yeah.
And so then from there, let's say what happened, because you said it kind of the ball rolling with the business as well, because people started asking you, like it's normal, right?
That's
Like
right.
you start looking better, energy, people asking. So
Exactly. So,
what happened then?
yeah, so I mean, as I said, I worked in a prison, so I didn't have social media for obviously, you know, safety factors and stuff. So people started asking me around me, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm kind of taking this stuff and I'm drinking that thing and, you know, and do you want some kind of deal, you know? And I didn't really know what I was doing, but, you know, I was then invited along to a business presentation. And I mean, as I said, look, I come from a cup half full kind of perspective, you know, 95% of my personality. And I was broke and I wanted to do something empowering. I trusted the woman because I knew the products worked anyway. So I went along to this business presentation and what I saw was sensible. I saw people who were in worse situations than me that were not, it's not like they were any smarter than me or any, you know, better, but they were living lives that I'm like, I want that. That's what and I like inside me, I was like, that's what I'm doing, right? But it was like, I can now help people really become the best versions of themselves. And when we hear people say that, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that's just a catchphrase. But I mean, I was already in that profession. Like it really was like sitted with me, right? Sitted with me. It's bad English too. And then I saw this business and I'm like, if I can do that, if I can help people transform their lives, and because I had linked it as well to mental health, because I was working in the mental health area, the addiction, you know, so you know, cellular nutrition made clinical sense to me. So everything just started clicking, right? And I was like, if I can do that and I can become abundant and I can create wealth for myself and other people, I'm in. So I'm like, what do I got to do? And I'd already signed up as a discount customer. So I had already registered because I was like, I was broke. So I was like, how do I get it cheaper? She's like, yeah, you sign up and get the discount. So I was just a customer. And the thing that I was really wary of, and I think some people, you know, I probably get afraid of this as well in network marketing, is they're like, oh, they think that once they sign up, because I don't know about other companies, but I know that sometimes, you know, they have funny processes. So for me, I was like, well, if I sign up, what's the deal? Do I have to pay out money? Do I have to? So I was real cautious of that in the beginning, right? And I was like, so no, I didn't need to pay anything. I didn't need to do anything. All I needed to do was eat my products and get discounts. So I was like, this is easy, this is sweet as, you know, like I've got no risk to me financially or anything. And so then I said, what do I got to do? And we started holding a business launch, which I think my first one I had no one come to. I had no one come, right? And I was still successful. And then I held another one and I just started speaking to people around me. I spoke to my sister and my mom. My sister was my first customer, then my mom, and she was really difficult customer. And then like, and then not even my friends wouldn't get started. They wouldn't even try the products until now. 13 years later, some of my friends are on the products.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny? So I built my business from people I didn't know.
Okay.
So when people say to me, oh, I don't know anyone, I'm like, no problem. No problem. Don't know anyone? You got no money? Even better, right?
Yep. That was you. That was you. Didn't know anyone, like, and then no money.
Yeah, I knew people. They just didn't want to do anything. And I was like, whatever. And then I look at them now, and I just had a friend of mine last night. She messaged me. She's just a couple of years older than me. And she's like, you aged backwards. I'm like, I know, right? I was saying happy birthday to her. She's like, I can't believe it. You're aging backwards. I'm like, that's the goal, baby.
Yeah. All right. So let's unfold this 1 second. So let's say you kind of got started like you know, you happen to start just because your results, that's what
Yeah.
spoke. The result speaks.
And the money
And
spoke.
so
I saw the money. I saw the opportunity
yeah,
to build financial independence.
yeah. And that was your goal. So that's, I think, a very important thing to share as well. It's the sharing with people that people can get whatever they want out of this, and you saw the financial independence and that's what you wanted to go for, and so you adjusted your work ethic and your actions to that. A lot of people nowadays are looking to make those extra 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, and so the work, you know, the type of work and the commitment is probably different from someone that wants to build financial independence as fast as they can and I just want to be, you know, wealthy, whatever, and build that. So yeah. And anyway, so got started, let's say in the first 6 months to 1 year, right? How did your financial life
Wow,
change around
quite
with the business?
considerably. I mean, so
Okay.
I got started. We all got started at the same place at 25%, and my coach said to me, right, we've got to get you to 50% as fast as possible. And she's like, and I'm like, well, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Like at the time, it was a big thing, right? People were buying this, but I'm like, I'm not doing that because if I can't sell a couple of shakes, there's no way I'm going to be able to sell, you know, that. So, well, when I say sell it, it's like help people use it. You know what I mean? Because my psychology as well. So, how I was thinking about the business was different then to it is now. And
Yeah.
so I got 5% 10 customers. I just started building that customer base, and then I just duplicated that. And so I had a few people who were wholesale customers, and which means they got registered with the company, and they introduced a few people to me, and I started building my business like that. So within 2 months, I got to 50% discount. Yeah. And that was the beginning of my royalty building. So then I started building a royalty business. So my very first royalty check was only $67. You know, yeah, I mean, and that was, people sometimes think, you know, oh, you have to be making loads of money at the beginning to be successful, but sometimes you start off slow. So in 2 months, I got to that 50% level, and I was doing some business launches. I was doing what my sponsor told me. I was doing flyers, you know, sort of every weekend. And then I was like, right, I actually want to be getting serious. So we sat down, we set some real goals. And what actually happened was at the time, we kind of like dropped the ball. It was like, oh, you know, like I felt tired. People weren't starting. Things weren't happening. And my sponsor kind of said to me, well, do you want me to take some things off your goal list? Because we'd done a goal list, right? And and I was like, what do you mean? Like, and my boyfriend at times like, she's not taking anything away from me. I was like, yeah, well, what are we going to do about it, you know? And so then I was like, okay, let's get serious. So we then set up a model of business called a nutrition club, and it was really cheap. Did it real cheap. Like you see today, you see a lot of these big flash ones. My nutrition club was like $800, man. It was like, yeah, because I was about helping people,
The people,
getting the products into the people, building the community, and having a model that was duplicatable for my area, you know. And I worked in a really low socioeconomic area, and we had a huge impact in that area. And so it had to be sensible, you know, for the area. And so we started doing that. And then I started doing like 1,000 flyers a day. I was going like crazy. And I was working full time. I was doing 1,000 flyers a day. Then we started doing our nutrition club. So the effort that I'd put in the first couple of months versus the effort that I'm like, okay, based on my goals, I want to be making $10,000 a month, right? At that point in time, that was my mentality. And then I was like, actually, I want to get to president's team. So, which is like the 30,000 plus a month mark, right?
yeah.
So then we started boom, 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 sending things out. But people, you know, they were coming, but there was no one real serious in the business at that time, right? And I was like, you know, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? And we were making kind of around about $6,000-7,000 a month, maybe, yeah, $5,000 to $7,000 a month at this point. I was still working full time. And then we found some key people. and it was around 6 months, 7 months in. And by duplicating, by working with them, by building those communities underneath them, and they were passionate too. Okay, they had the same drive, yeah, because they wanted to change their life. And within that first 12 months, my income went from basically $67 a month to like anywhere like between 12 and 15,000. Yeah, and then
wow. Yeah, like wow. So you know, I think one thing that really stood out for me, and to really, because I will always bring it back to how people can understand this, right? That they don't know what network marketing is. It's like comparing to what's going on right now, that people are really taking on a second, even a third job. I know a lot of people that do a daily job and then a night job, and they have 4 hours to sleep, right? So they're hustling. These are hardworking people because they work a lot. And imagine putting those extra 4 or 5 hours that they're putting into another job in 6 months time. You in 6 months doing that, you built already, before the key people, you built already an extra $6,000 to $7,000 a month.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking it wasn't working.
Yeah, right. But because your goal,
my
goal was 30,000.
Exactly. So my
there's
goal
6,000
was and I was here, and I'm like, when's it going to happen? So some of the stuff I had to learn was consistency and patience and just being dedicated to the goal. And if I'd given up, like I think about, if I'd given up because I hadn't been winning at the level I thought I should be, I mean, there'd be thousands of people who would not have been in contact with these products, who would not have, you know, changed their health, their lives financially. There'd be a lot of people who are just, you know, not where they are today. And so, including myself, right? And so I was like, I am not, and I guess the mental attitude that I learned very early was go until, you know, you just don't ever give up. And I was hearing stories about people who had given up, who had sort of stopped doing the business, and then like a year later, 2 years later, even 3 years later, the business underneath them that they had exploded. And I mean, they missed out on millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, I am not stupid. You know, I might be blind, but I'm not stupid, right? So no matter what, this was a non-negotiable, I would never give up deal. Yeah.
I think this is a really great message for people that are already entrepreneur, and they already have that mindset of building something, working and doing it, because job mentality, you go to work, you get paid by the hour. Doesn't matter if you're angry today, if you don't really feel like working, you still go, you still get paid, right? You might get your boss telling you, hey, you're not working hard enough, but you still get paid. Entrepreneurship is different. It's really that mindset. So that's a really great message for people that are already in entrepreneurship and network marketing in this case. All right, so we are 1 year in, and you pretty much went from $67 to $12,000 to $15,000, and this is one thing that I want to
royalty income too, not including my retail and my wholesale checks.
That's exactly what I was going next. Is like, this is not because you are selling a lot more stuff. It's because you pretty much still looking after those 15 to 20 clients a month, but then you have people, you built a team of people that are looking after their 15, 20 clients. So you're duplicating yourself, your time. You don't need another job. You need another Beatrice.
Exactly. So, I mean,
it's amazing.
I did have a lot more than 20 clients. So, I mean, even today, my client, you know, my personal client list is anywhere between 30 to 50, you know, because people do this month, that month, you know, it's just, you know, how people are, right? People are people. And I never put, you can't squeeze a lemon when there's no juice in it, you know. Like, that's not the sort of job business we're in, you know. It's about helping people move forward in their life, not trying to. And I love this saying. It's like, be around people who want more for you than from you. And really, that's what this business so is for me. It's like, I want more for you then I'm going to get from you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're successful, of course, the company's going to pay me some money, but your success actually changes everything for you, you know? And the more I can help that you do that, then the more successful you're going to be. And of course, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to win from that too. But that's the joy of it, right? So you want to hang around people like that. But yeah, so I did have a much larger customer base and 20 customers because I, you know, I was building and I was looking for business partners as well. So the more customer base I had, you know, the larger pool of people who are exposed to the business opportunity.
Okay, awesome. That's me. I had to, like, that was so good what you said. I had to put it in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
For people that they're joining, there's people joining in the middle. So I'm like, oh, you guys can miss this. It's so important. All right, so awesome. And how did it sort of went next? Because then you had this bigger goal, right?
Yeah.
And
so basically,
yeah.
I was attending really large, you know, obviously the events, international events. And my goal was that year to move to a level of our business. You know, you guys won't know what this is called, but it's a millionaire team, which is that 5 to 25,000 a month income bracket. But the money is the money, but it's the number of people that you're actually helping. So I knew how many people we had to help and how many leaders we needed to develop. So, so then basically I was using the same methods as before. I was talking to around about, you know, one-on-one. I mean, I was still working, so my face-to-face contact with people was very limited. I mean, no one in prison was getting started, right? But I did have my boss. My boss was on the products. I mean, you know, but yeah, so there wasn't a big pool of people to choose from to talk to. But so that a lot of my talking was done outside of that. But I was doing my flyers because that's what I could do by myself in the evening. You know, I was getting out there. Then our nutrition club we were having like people bowling through there. And on the weekends, I was handing out like 2,000 flyers. So like, and I was walking and talking. So I was talking to everybody, talk. Okay, so then we kept duplicating under some of our leaders and we developed more, I guess their businesses grew as well. Right, so as long we're also building that what we call frontline, so our own personal business, and then I implemented the things called Fit Club. So I started adding different things into my business, and not just Fit Club, but a thing called a Fit 24 Challenge, and that was really new. It just dates. We'd gone over to France and you know, learned about it, and with a big event over there. Anyway, I brought it back. Really, we were the very first to actually do that in the country, and other people sort of jumped on that as well, which they would. So we started doing that, so we created even more community base, and added another element which we were always excited about, which is fitness into what we were doing. And then the business just started growing. So by the end of that year, I was making over $25,000 a month, and I decided that I might leave my job. Yeah.
I love it. You know, funny that you said about the fitness part, because my next question was this one. Like, because we're talking about, this is about, like, let's say 10 years ago, right? Because you're 2 years into your business 10 years ago. So to relate to what's happening today, this is something that is actually really relatable to what's happening right now today with in the marketplace, but also with our company, because with the launch that we just had of this very sexy, I must say, fitness line, sports line, like it not only looks sexy, but literally makes people sexy with these new products. We kind of have the same opportunity here to like build something that is new, that is like touch a different market of people, the people in the gym, the people that want to get fit, the people that are not looking weight loss but they want to get strong, build muscle. And this actually attached to a part of your product story. Like, I know you competed, you did a body competition. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it was in my, probably moving into the second year of business. Oh, it might have been the end. Anyway, that I decided, it's kind of, I sort of wanted to do bodybuilding for a number of reasons. One, I thought about, you know, for business, but in fact, doing it for business never really helped at all. It didn't help my business. But what it did do is it taught me a lot about myself. taught
Yes.
me a lot about body. It taught me a lot about, you know, getting new results and how I could implement my products different. And we never had the black label right then, you know,
Yep.
we had a program range. So I implemented all of that. Like if I'd had this stuff, I'd be like on fire. You know, I'd be like, boom. Considering
You are now.
but I was like, no, no, no. Anyway, but yeah, so I started doing bodybuilding and I entered the physique category, which is quite difficult. And I lost, so it was my first year. I did my first competitions, and then I'd lost already, I don't know, 18 kilos, like I said. I was down at 22% body fat, and I needed to get on stage. And they said, oh, there's a competition in 7 weeks. I was like, 7 weeks, like, oh shit. And I was like, I could say, and this is where the mentality starts again. So if you're an entrepreneur or you want to change your life, you got to make decisions quick. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I was like, I could either say no to this, and the chances are I wouldn't go back and do it because I'd talk myself out,
Yeah.
or I just say yes and just see what the hell happens, right? And there was no
Okay.
out. So they're like, yeah, there's 7 weeks, there's a competition on. Do you want to do it? I'm like, oh shit, 7 weeks. I was like, okay, cool. And you're like, right, you're starting tomorrow training. And I'm not joking. I think every day for like the first 2 weeks, I'd be vomiting. You know, I was vomiting after training, during training, because
Wow.
the entire training was so intensive. And I had to and I had to learn about where to put my food and my shakes again, you know, because I needed to lose another 10% body fat. So I got on stage, which still was a bit high for me, at just under 12%. And I'd gained 7 kilos of lean muscle in that 7 weeks using the products, you know, and obviously intensive amount of training. And then I was able to prepare for my nationals the year after. But that placed me for that and so forth. So, and then of course I you know, my results got better and better for the next year. They had to, right? So yeah, so using the products gave me confidence, and it gave me, and of course I had suffered this energy issue. It gave me the ability to recover quickly. You know, it gave me the ability to grow lean muscle. 7 kilos of lean muscle in 7 weeks is very, very hard. Like
it's crazy hard.
Yeah, it's and that's not getting missed. That's not bulking. You remember, I was trimming and
you shred
growing
at the same time. So shredding and gaining muscle, that's
So if you
amazing.
say, oh, I've got to bulk first and trim later, I mean, that's one way to do it. But, you know, like, and I do see a lot of guys working in that way, depending on their you know, the layout of their year. But at the end of the day, like, I only had 7 weeks. So, yeah. And so again, then I used them for the national, you know, my nationals the year after. And yeah, but when it came down to business, I found, you know, that really didn't grow my business.
It grew you,
It
your resilience.
grew
Yeah.
me, and that's the thing that people don't realize. And I found very early that this marketing plan, Herbalife marketing plan, our business plan, our income plan, is actually a personal development plan.
Oh,
because Jim Rohn says, he says there's very infrequently will your income outgrow your personal development. So you know, you can only get to be earning certain levels of income when you are personally growing to become the person to deserve that level of income. And it does take a lucky jump sometimes, and it comes down. And you know, just like anything, your business is affected by sometimes the things that are outside your control. But the thing that we've got here, no matter what, is the skill set that you can utilize anywhere, any place around the world, and you can grow. You can lose everything and start again, and it doesn't matter, you know. And it's just so powerful. And you know, I just start at the bottom. You say, "Welcome to Herbalife," you know.
I know.
Yeah, so then that took me into the 3rd year. We just literally kept implementing. I had challenges, so body transformation challenges, the fit camps, the flyers, the club, building, and obviously big corporate events. Corporate events were massive, attending all of those, attending the trainings. when and just it's just the key, it just reminded me, like, you probably hear people say this, but like, oh, I've already heard that, I've already seen that, I've already done. I'm like, if you already done that, if you know it, why are you not doing it? And if you knew it, you'd be rich. You know, like, you clearly don't know because you're not doing it.
Yeah.
And so when someone says that to me, oh, I already know it, or they stop attending something, I'm like, well, you know, that means that they stopped learning, you know. And when you stop learning, you can't be a leader. And if you're not leading, you know, no matter what happens, you've got to show the way, right? So we kept attending, and then the third year, in the November, we hit our top 1%. Yeah.
That is amazing, absolutely amazing in 3 years. So one thing that really stood out before we get to the body transformation, it's really how you literally built your income to $25,000 a month, pretty much part time. You still had a full time job.
Yeah.
So it's really what is possible here, which I don't see any second job giving that opportunity. You know, the thing is that I see a lot of people going back to what people are doing right now, you know, looking for their second job. A lot of people I ask, what are you going to do in 5 years? Are you still going to do 2 jobs? It's like, no, I'm just going to do it for why? In 3 years, what is going to happen? Are you going to save enough money to what? To quit one job? It's not going to happen. Like, this is going to be your life forever. But when you invest your time into network marketing like you did, imagine in 3 years' time, yeah, you can quit every job and just be doing. And this sounds fun, and it's community, and it's, you know, you build it, and it's amazing. I love it. But really, one really quick question. How would it have been if you had the products that we have now when you prepped for your competition?
It would be like already, like, just from my utilization of the new product range that's just come in with the current black label. I mean, I'm doing obviously the 21-day challenge, right? So because the other thing, guys, is I've changed how I do my business again, because now I'm a single mom. I can't run my nutrition clubs. So personally, I have them in my organization, but so I've got to do my business that suits me. But so I do all these online challenges with Erica, actually. So I've had some results in the last 3 weeks, right? Like, so I dropped just over 1.5 kilos. I've gained more muscle. You know, I can see more lean definition coming out. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because understanding how different products work too. So the creatines and the the BCAAs, and understanding the real fundamentals of how that works in your body. So again, another education level. But no, man, I would have loved that. It'd have been great. That's why I keep thinking, oh, maybe I'll just do bikini, or I'll just do athletic woman or something. I'm like, no, don't do it. Just don't. It's too much time.
I'm thinking about it, so I might hit you up later.
Oh God, I'm not joking, when I was bodybuilder, I was spending like 4 hours a day in the gym. Like, it's a massive commitment, and as it's a massive commitment. So it's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you had the support of the products, because with your challenge of adrenal fatigue, like, you would have been dreadful.
It was terrible. I couldn't have done it. Yeah. And a lot of athletes, of course, have adrenal fatigue. They've got gut health problems. Our joints wear down very quickly. So when it comes to athletic performance, these products are not only, of course, help your, the main things like body fat loss and muscle gain, but the fundamental stuff, which is our gut. Because if your gut's not working, you're not going to be able to, you're really going to struggle with your health and your joint support and so forth. I did learn, the Herbalife line, the fish oils, very, very important. So all of that stuff, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love the fact that we get to learn all this stuff while we use the products, but also our events that we attend. A lot of people maybe watch us from social media. They just see, another event, that's a business meeting, they compare it to business, but it's actually us getting trained on business, on products, on nutrition by other nutritionists and stuff like that. So it's awesome. look, to finish it off, right? Let's say you have someone that is starting now. Well, you do have people starting now with you that they come through and they want to get started. So let's say you're setting up this person tells you, look, I really want to create,
Yeah.
extra money for my family. I need this, I need the money. What do I need to do? How do I go with it?
Yeah.
How do you approach
Right.
that?
Question. So obviously they want it. We've got to get them on products. Someone's saying to me, I do products. I'm like, well, I don't work with inauthenticity. So you got to be authentic, because once you actually feel the products, you want to share it. You can't help not share it. And that's the beginning of everything. It's like, that's the star of the show. I mean, our results are gold. We haven't been doing this for 43 years without results, right? So they get registered, and as I said before, a person doesn't have to be a business person to get registered. You can be registered and just be a customer. Yeah. And so I have people like this too, right? So obviously we're going to get our result happening, and then we're going to do some sort of business launch, and I want to find out really how much time someone's going to put in and what their interests are, because then I want to go back to the fundamentals. We'll find out what their goals are. Based on their goals, how much income they want to be making. And then we say, okay, well, based on that, this is the kind of effort you're going to put in. So how do you want to build? And so many different ways. Because I work from home now, and I work a lot with, mums, we're not always going to go into the nutrition club style. That could happen, it's cool. But social media, setting up flyers, getting, our talking to people, learning how to talk to people. And like, some people, I don't know what to say. Well, sometimes you just open your mouth and you just, you're sharing your result. Like, it's not, I think this is the thing, is that when you're authentic and someone feels it, they're gonna connect with you, right? So you can't be afraid of saying the wrong thing. The worst thing is to say nothing, so really have some guts, and 30 seconds of, a bit of, gutso. I mean, so we get out there, start talking to people, flyers, business launch, walk and talk, social media, whatever works for them. I say, like, however you want to attract your customers, do it however that works for you. Right? And then I help you. But the main thing is your systems. So plugging into a system of training, that support structure, because unless you are learning, unless you can, how are you supposed to learn how to talk to people and grow a business unless you're educating yourself? Yeah. And if you're not using the system to plug people into we're not the star of the show. I'd rather have someone sit in front of Erica and hear from Erica, because she's probably more, likely to connect with someone, it's just how it is, right? And so the systems actually do a business for you, and we're very lucky. We've got some of the best structures in the world to help you build a team. And then as you develop your confidence and your skill, you can, you expand from there. Fit clubs, I love doing them. Basically anything, as long as you,
there's a vast list of things that we can do to build the business. I love it. I love how we always go back to the system. The system, it's a blueprint. It literally tells you these are the things that you get to do to build your business. If you do this much, you can build this much money. You do this much more, and then based on your goal, hey, this is your income that you want to make, so this is your amount of action you will need to take. One thing that I love a lot is that there's not a boss that says, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Well, your boss kind of becomes your goals, because
that's
like,
right.
I'm not achieving my goal, like it happened for you. Well, you either take off some goals from the list, or
the thing is like, I read something the other day, and it's like, if you are a mentor, you need to be, what is it? A monster mentor. And I was like, what does that mean? And it was like unless you're like as a mentor, you want to help keep your people on track. So I asked them, how much do you want me to hold you accountable? Like,
okay,
you want me to hold you accountable? I want to see your numbers. I want to see what you're doing. I want you to message me is like 50 times a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's really where you get the more serious people, right? So the more I work closely with the team, the faster people grow, right? Because flowers grow faster in bunches than single flowers alone. So it's
True.
kind of like that.
And anyway, we're gonna close it off. But really, if I think about, I always go back to most people, right? Looking for jobs. Like even if you start a new job, you still have those tasks that you have to do daily, and most of the time, it's tasks that you've never done. It's things that you need to learn. It's things that you really don't want to do, but you do it because you need to make those extra money. So the difference here is really that you are learning something and challenging yourself in growing in doing something that you've never done to actually build a real income that can get you out of the situation that you're in. A second job just keeps you in the situation that you're in, pretty much. You just have a little bit more to make those extra payments that you need to make, but you're never gonna get out of that
Yeah,
situation. Like, you're not gonna become a CEO of a company. Like, it's very unlikely.
exactly. Of it is there's really very, very few jobs in the world that can provide the income opportunity that Herbalife Network Marketing business does. I mean, we are a nutrition company that uses network marketing to distribute our products around the globe. We have complete infrastructure set up. I mean, everything's done. All you got
Yeah,
to do is take the products, get a result, and just talk to as many people as you can,
yeah,
and use the system. And like you're just saying before about your job, right? Like, you go to a job, you've got to learn things, right? You're always doing, what do they call it these days? Professional development or something. I don't know what they call it.
yeah,
But anyway, professional development. So I guess our trainings are like professional development. The
yeah,
difference is I'm in a training. I have 15 people in that training. Those 15 people are CEOs of their own company. They then go out and implement what they're learning. I'm leveraging time. So
yeah,
what the 16 of us can do is 16 times more than what I can do.
exactly.
So you want to leverage time, you want to leverage resources. This is the smartest, safest, and best way to do it. And I don't know about other companies. I don't really care about other network marketing companies. What I know about Herbalife is that it is what it says it is. It does what it says it does.
Yeah,
The products are what they say they are, and and people are real. It's just real
yeah,
results, real people, and
yeah,
real ups and downs. But real all no matter what. Yeah.
yeah. Well, ups, ups and downs is in everything. I grew up when my dad had a business, and there's ups and downs in traditional business too. He had a bakery. There were ups, there were downs. It's just in jobs there are ups and downs. So they're pretty much in everything. It's really what we're willing to which up and downs we want to endure to create a better life, because we're all gonna have to go through the ups and downs in life. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, but I really want to say thank you. Is there anything else that you think you want to share
No,
before I close it off?
I just think, like if you are looking to, take a step in, don't take one step in, do it until you've got to have that mentality, and actioning what you learn is really, really important. But just, being invested in the mission, being invested, being part of that. When you stand outside and watch, you don't get invested. And we are a company that is built on a philosophy around a mission driven purpose. And when you invest yourself into the mission and you make it your own, therefore you become a leader, and you get more rewards from that. But if you stand back and watch and try and, fiddle faddle with, hot and cold, you're just not going to go anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, just
Yeah.
get in and do it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's, as you said before, it's proven. There's people, there's stories. It's just you don't have to kind of step into. I'll see if it works. It works. The question is, I see if I am willing to do the work.
Yeah,
So yeah.
exactly.
All right. So for everybody that joined us today, and whoever is gonna watch this later on, whenever. I want to say, you guys, there's two things that you heard today. You heard results, our products works. We have a new sexy line just came out, our sports line, absolutely incredible for fitness. So Herbalife is not just about weight loss as people think, and but also we have a business opportunity. How can you take a next step? So we have our 21-day challenges monthly. Actually, me and Bea, we are together with a group of coaches. Imagine Bea is in New Zealand and I'm in Sydney, Australia. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you guys. Our challenges, everything that we run, it's really online. So you can plug into our challenges. You can get some results for yourself. No matter what your goal is, we help you achieve those results, and you see what the community is about. So energizing, so great, supportive, and you're just gonna love it as it is already. And then if you really think that you can make something out of this, or you want to have more specific info about the company, we actually have on Thursday night, tonight.
Yeah.
It depends on your time, where you are in your time zone, but it's Thursday night, Sydney time, it's 7 p.m. We have an info session, 30 minutes, very quick, where we share about our company and stuff like that. So if you're interested for that, you can just message Belle or message me, ask for the link. We give you the link, you check it out. You can listen to it as a radio. You don't have to be on Zoom full on camera and that people watch you. If that's not your thing, don't worry. You can just listen to it like you're listening to a radio or something, but you can get the information for yourself, or ask us about the challenge. Our next challenge starts the 2nd of November,
So is it
or the 6th of November.
6 of it?
The 6th. The 6th of November. See, that's why you go with Bea. She knows the numbers.
I
And
actually thought it was the second too, and I got it wrong. So, you know, I was like, yeah.
no, the 6th of November, and people are getting crazy results, you guys.
Wow.
You're gonna love it. Yeah, you're gonna love it, especially now summer is coming. Other than that, thank you so much, Bea, and this was awesome. And I will see you soon. I will see you in Adelaide in January for our amazing event.
Live. I'll see you tonight, though. All right.
Exactly.
Bye.
I'll see you tonight. Bye, Bea. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.